Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So Solana continues to be in the local uptrend. There is currently no strong indication that Solana's fifth wave has topped here, but we start to see some indications of late exhaustion, you could say. I mean, it's getting exhausted up here a little bit. How can we see that? Well, you can see a difference in structure. From the main element of the move to now, you get deeper setbacks. And if we look at the indicators like the 4-hour chart, the RSI, you start to see bearish divergences come up. Okay, so that might be an early hint that we start to see the pullback. It is not confirmation yet, only price can confirm. But obviously, we're tracking indicators to get these early warnings. Also here, you can see it on the MACD. That it starts to get exhausted a little bit. But obviously that's only, I would typically only use that really when the price structure suggests it. And while I have no proof and evidence that the pullback has started, we're obviously in the late stages of a wave one. That's at least the current assumption. But also at the same time, the uptrend hasn't finished yet, okay? We look at the daily MACD, the overall uptrend momentum has not reduced, and also there is no bearish divergence on the daily time frame yet. Depends on how this now let's say develops further. We might also see a bearish divergence on the daily before getting a pullback, but not necessarily. The 4-hour is typically sufficient for this wave degree. But what I want to emphasize is that the uptrend is still ongoing. I gave you very clear support levels to watch, and they haven't broken yet. So against these support levels, we continue to push higher. $27.50, a break below that would be the first micro support I would like to point out here that is relevant to say that the wave one has topped. Another statement I'd like to make, I posted that earlier today on Discord and Telegram for channel members. If cryptos move, and they are moving, then it is impossible to say when such a rally will really finish. We're not talking about normal moves. We're talking about crazy moves like this. I mean, last time we had really movement like this across the altcoin sector was end of 2022, beginning of 2023. And you can't say how long this is going to go. It will pull back at some point, but it might rally longer than you would assume. So the typical strategy is to follow the trend. So I always indicate support for you. I would never say a coin has topped without having evidence, because I know about the crypto market. Cryptos rally faster and longer than you would think when they really are in a main move. And we want to track just the trend. And when a pullback shows, when the correction shows, then we can fine tune the support area. At the moment, support is down to $19.89, the main element of support. Micro support is $27.50. What you can also do, I mean, you can always chase something, right? Just be aware of the risk and be aware that most of the move is likely done here before we get a pullback. But you can always add a trend line, for example. There are also strategies how you can moving average crosses. You can use moving average crosses to understand when such a move is done. But that requires a very, very bespoke analysis of every chart. And that is more geared towards just short-term trading. But trading, for example, a third wave, and this is a larger third wave, that's the assumption, obviously requires just normally shifting up support with the price move. If you want to trade the shorter time frames, you can use, for example, moving average crosses. They have been very useful in the past. And when they cross bearish, then obviously you start to see the path to the downside emerge, and that could just be a pullback then. But it's not as simple as that. You need to, when you do that, when you use other indicators and stuff like that, you need to develop a back-tested plan for every chart. Okay, so there's no generalization because different cryptos move different ways, and also different time frames operate differently. So it's proper back-testing that's required there, which is what you cannot do with Elliott wave, but you can do back-testing with like a method like that you, however, have to develop yourself for a bespoke chart, for a bespoke time frame. But watch the trend line. I mean, that's maybe the earliest indication you can get that the trend is changing to the downside. Yeah, so just a really quick update. Next levels to watch to the upside remain here, $36.50 roughly. depending on when we reach it, but it is the ascending trend line of the wedge pattern. Oops. And then, I mean, depending on how long this move stretches out, also those previous swing highs at $38.80. That should be significant resistance up there. Because that's really where the major downturn started in November 22. It's going to be really relevant, really relevant. Okay, that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.